What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, and Profab Headers and Exhaust. What is going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
What's up, man?
Not much right now.
Ain't a whole lot, is there?
This feels weird. We got like 4 weeks off between our races, at least.
I guess I needed it because, as y'all can probably see behind Connor's head there, I still don't have a door on the car. There's primer on it. I guess we ain't. I mean, I probably, if we had to, we could have gotten a big hurry and got it done. But it's always good to take your time.
Mm-hmm. Get it done right.
I guess
we'll see.
Maybe just take your time.
Yeah, just not have to rush.
Just not rushing. I don't know.
Not bearing down on you.
Nah, I reckon. What you been up to, man? What's been up this week? Last week since we talked to you on here.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Played a little bit of soccer. Rode over to Lakeview Saturday night with our buddy Landon and Wallace, and watched some dirt racing, which was cool. It was their opening night, and they had a crowd.
You ever been over to Lakeview before?
No, sir.
That's your first time?
Mm-hmm. And they had a crowd in the stands. I mean,
they pack it out. They pack it out every Saturday night over there. It's a fun race over there all the time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was something different than what we're used to.
Oh,
what I'm used to, at least.
Yeah, it's good. It's a fun time out there, man. It's I like it. I like it a lot. It's that track is as everybody knows, I did a lot of lives and stuff out there. Well, I say lives, typically can't get live out there, but I did a lot of videos and stuff from there over the past couple of years, and man, Scott Tripp and them guys over there have put a lot of money into that track and a lot of effort into it, and if you would have went 5 years back to see what it is now, you really notice a difference. I mean, they've put dirt, they've increased the banking a little bit, which has made it faster. And
oh yeah, they were getting it around there.
Yeah, trying to get a few more lines around there. It tends to kind of go to the bottom, slick off and go to the bottom. But they're trying. They're working some stuff, and they keep trying.
Well, it was bottom dominant for most of the night, but by the time the late models run, they were going up there in 1 or 2, and they go way high, almost up to the guardrail, and then it catch and they drive back off the bottom. So
kind of diamond line.
Yeah, it was kind of a multi-groove kind of. I mean, one fast lane, but using every part of the track. So it was pretty neat.
I hear you. Cool. We'll talk about it here in a little while. Soccer. You have some games going on?
Yep, we had one last week. We won it, which was good.
Where at?
PD Academy.
Okay.
Over in Marion over there. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a region game, so that was good.
Did you play a lot?
I played a little bit. I played second half some.
I got you. How'd you do?
We did good. They didn't score.
How'd you do?
I mean, I guess I did all right. I didn't do much, but they didn't score while I was out there. I was on defense, so that was good.
Well, that's all you can ask for. I mean,
yep.
As long as they didn't score while you was on defense, cool.
Yep, it was fun.
Cool. Well, we had a week full of it last week. As everybody probably saw on that follows us on Facebook and stuff. I kind of posted up some stuff about it. One thing I want to get out there really quick before we start anything, and we got a great start on it. The month of April is Autism Awareness Month. And as everybody knows, I've said it on here a million times probably, I feel like. My youngest son, Jackson, he's diagnosed with autism. And so it's a cause that's near and dear to our heart. So in honor of him and in honor of Autism Awareness Month, little backstory real quick. He plays on the local... I guess we'll call it a baseball league, T-ball league, baseball league. They call it the Miracle League. It is, it's a baseball/T-ball league for anybody with special needs and anybody that, for whatever reason they can't play on a normal, typical baseball team, T-ball team, whatever. They come out here. They all get to play. They all have a great time. We have music going. They're out there dancing, just having a fun time. Well, it has become so popular around here. There are 14 teams this year.
Wow.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
especially they have one field, and their fields are special fields. They're not just
it's that rubber.
Right, they're a rubber field. They're smaller. I mean, obviously they're, but they're super nice. I mean, it's so nice.
Oh, it's really neat. I've been out there several times.
It's awesome. They have fun.
Yeah, they do it good. Yeah.
So they are looking, because they like I said, they have 14 teams, and it is steadily growing. They are looking to build another field, and I want to try to us guys here, but obviously also all you out there that are listeners and watchers and whatever else of a Chicken Bone Alley here, and or of Connor or of me for whatever reason. but I want if you feel it in your heart, help out. And we made there's a Facebook post on our Facebook right now, Chicken Bone Alley Facebook, where you can go donate. And when I say donate, don't think, it's got to be this big money. I don't care if it's $1. I mean, whatever. It's all going, every bit of it is going straight through Facebook, straight to the Miracle League of Florence County, to get them another baseball field, Miracle League field. It is, like I said, 14 teams. And each team has probably got, I don't know, but I'm going to say probably 12 to 15 players. I was
going to give it 11 to 12, easily.
Yeah. So, there were so many. They normally play 50. I mean, they normally play 3 innings, per game. But there's so many kids on it, or people on it, we'll say. This past week, Jackson had a game Saturday morning, and they could only play 2 innings just because it was all the time allotted for it. Which was fine. They had a great time playing. So if you feel it in your heart for the month of April at all, please go on our Facebook page. We got a post up about it, and it just make a donation, anything you can. Like I said, I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's however many hundreds of dollars you want to send. That would be great. I promise you, any amount is greatly appreciated, because it will every bit. I'm just let you know, I'm never seeing any of it. It is going directly to them. So if you can donate $1 or $2 or 100 or 200 or 50 or 20, whatever you got to spare that you can donate to them. If you don't have a dime to donate to them, if you can just go on there and share the post, just so other people see it, that is just as much appreciated, because it just needs to get out there. So any of you listening out there, just go to our Facebook page and hit the donate thing. Well, so all right, there's that spiel.
hey, I'm telling you, I've been out there several times, and it'll change your perspective quick.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome.
It is a lot of fun for sure. We have fun out there. I tell you something, Jackson, this was funny. He every once in a while, and it comes with autism, we know that. Every once in a while, sounds really get to him. A lot of times it don't. He can be at the racetrack, never bothers him, hardly at all. He loves race cars, so never bothers him. Sometimes loud music and stuff kind of gets to him, whatever. But this, and people cheering always kind of get to him. So he has some headphones he normally wears a lot of places, stuff like that. But he didn't wear them because he had never been really an issue at the Miracle League until this past time. But we didn't know that, so we didn't bring his headphones with us because, just wasn't expecting it. But anyway, he gets up there to second inning. It's his turn to bat. And when he's going up to bat, that's kind of when it's a little more noisy because that's back closer to where all the people are. And everybody's cheering, which I really appreciate them all cheering. They cheer for every one of them out there just like they're their own, which is so awesome. But so he's sat down and put his hands over his ears. Well, MC Hammer, you can't touch this, comes on. All of a sudden, in the middle of MC Hammer playing, singing the first part, he's got his hands over his ears, and by the time he just looks up, can't touch this, puts his hands back over his ears, and every time it said, you can't touch this, he pops his head up, takes his hands off, can't touch this. It was so funny. So funny. But anyway, they had they had a good time out there. Saturday was also Landon's birthday. So we took him. We picked up one of his friends early that morning because he wanted to come to Jackson's game. Picked him up. Went out to the game. He was with us, Jaden. Left there, picked up another one of Landon's buddies, Bradley. Then we went to the arcade there at the mall. What's that called? Tilt, I think it is. Have you been to it?
I have not, but I've heard pretty awesome.
Yeah. See, you got to get back into somebody your age. See, I just tell you how old I am. We used to love to hang out at the mall and that arcades in the mall. There used to be an arcade in the mall years and years ago, but they closed it down. And so now having one back is kind of cool. But it is a lot more expensive than it used to. We used to go in there with a handful of quarters and play half the day. Now not so much.
Put a dent in your wallet quick,
especially when you're taking three teenagers, and then me and Kayla and Jackson were walking around and playing a few games here and there too. So we went and got us a card just to kind of share back and forth. And man, whoo, it goes quick. That's whoo. We was in there a couple hours, and I'm pretty sure you just break out $100 an hour in there. I mean, it's
I'm sure,
and you could spend a whole lot more than that. So, but anyway, it was a lot of fun. So we done that. Went and ate CC's Pizza, which is it kind of went downhill.
Oh yeah.
Then we had, let's see. Then we went to my parents. And when we went there, played some dominoes with some friends, and then took the other boys home. Then got up Sunday morning, went to church, had a good service at church, played some guitar, sang a little bit, all that fun stuff, and went to Kayla's parents' house, ate some dinner, and what else we do? Went and dropped Landon off at a juice pastor's house, Derek, and I went and we got on some iRacing, and
yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to the phone here because we're gonna bring somebody on to talk with us about our iRacing. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, we just finished up our iRacing League for our spring season, I guess, here. Chicken Bone Alley iRacing League. And bringing home championship number 2. He's been on here before. Mr. Cole DeMint. Cole, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
I don't know it. We know you beating up on us this year.
I wouldn't say that, but it worked out in my favor, so we'll take her.
All right. Well, I want to give a big shout out first of all to Majula Say Speed Shop, Chris Ferguson Esports, for helping us out on setups this year. They've been a huge help because I don't know a thing about setups, and we wanted something good, but we wanted something challenging for all the drivers, and for the most part, that's what it was.
And one way or the other,
that's what it was. And I know there was some of it, and I will say, in leading to your championship run there, Cole, only what'd you have? One win on the season?
Yeah, I think it was the mods at Lernerville. Everything else was just there, but it wasn't. Yeah.
So I guess, and nobody really dominated. I'm not gonna say anybody dominated because it was it seemed to even the playing field. I guess this year.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we were looking back at the past seasons, and you seem to have someone at least seem to be winning majority of them, and this year it wasn't so much the case. You had the same players up front, but I mean, even last night showed everyone but me led a lap. So you had some good parity there.
In the cup race, that is true. I told Cole that after the race. I said, everybody led a lap but you. But he come home with a championship. So we ended up running a double feature last night just to so we wouldn't be running on Easter Sunday, this coming Sunday. So we ran the dirt super late models at Lucas Oil Speedway. We'll talk about that real quick. Connor actually couldn't make it to that race.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Didn't quite make it there. But I made it.
He didn't miss nothing. We'll put it that way.
That's what I was fixing to say. I made it, but I might as well sat out because, man, that was a handful.
Yeah, that's definitely one where, I mean, we had good setups, so it definitely was one of them deals where the cars were better than the drivers.
Oh yeah. So you still ended up finishing second in that one. What'd you think about? What'd you think about your dirt? Normally, used to, especially your dirt side was. You were. I'll say the dirt side used to be your bread and butter, and you were good on asphalt. Don't get me wrong, but now it seems like you're kind of pretty even across the board. So what'd you think about the dirt side this year?
I mean, I'd agree with you. I think it used to be whatever I was. I don't know. At least the results showed I was better at it. I think I'm just at the point now, like, we've talked before, where I need to get me a new set of pedals. I think I'm losing out to some guys on some equipment, especially the higher horsepower cars when slicker. If you're spinning, the whole time around, I don't know it. And so I'd say that probably plays a little bit into it. And having the setups this year, they're their own animal for the most part. I mean, there's some similarities to, baselines or setups you may have yourself, but I mean, those setups are quick that we're running. So it's, you may have to change the driving style a little bit, and then the asphalt side, it's just, last couple years we've done the series. I've kind of tried to put a little bit of time into it just to, those are enjoyable. I enjoy the long runs, little fuel strategy type deals. It just adds something a little different. The dirt side, you can kind of go, balls out for the most part. And then the asphalt side, there's a little bit of strategy with it. So, it's, at the end of the day, it's just a game, it's a simulation game, whatever. But, we're all racers at heart for the most part. And those competitive juices get it flowing, and
I promise.
Go at it.
I promise. All right. Well, that brings me to, speaking of the asphalt side, Kansas and strategy. Last night, Kansas Cup race probably was one of the most it looked like could have been one of the most strategic races. But I don't think it necessarily turned out that way. First, we had a halfway break. We ran 83 laps. 83 sounds like a good number. So we ran 83 laps. We were going to have a halfway caution at lap 41, but we ended up having a caution because Connor spun. Spun. Allegedly.
Well, I almost had it saved, and
you did.
Then it bottomed out on the apron, and I shot right back up into Cole and into Adams. So, yeah, almost avoided caution, but I ran out of talent.
Well, but fortunately, in our series, we always give one quick repair. So we had a caution come out, and that was at like lap 20. So it basically split the first segment up. And I debated then, and me and Cole were on our Discord channel, and I even told him, I was like, man, should we pit? I was like, or should we, and everybody else was going, so I just, let's do it. Well, Jackson, he decided not to pit, and Jackson Hicks, and and he was leading the race. Well, I was like, this will tell me really good right here how the tire wear is. Well, we went back green, and just as I thought, Jackson fell like a rock. Well, by the time we went back green, it was like 25, 26, somewhere in there. So it was going to be a short run to another caution. Well, at this point, we had already committed to it, so I was like, I don't know that we're going to get another caution. We're going to have to pit here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Going to have to pit. So I was like, well, all right, let's pit. And me and Cole were talking back and forth. But I was like, I said, well, I'm going to save. Me and Cole talked about it. We said we're going to fall back and just, well, not necessarily fall back, but we're not going to drive hard. We're going to save what we got. Well, all right, Connor, this is where I got a question for you. When the green flag come out, you, Jackson, and Landon just took off. Y'all left us for a little while there. Did all of a sudden you just have the realization this might be a long run, and you decided to let off?
That's pretty much what happened.
I figured that's what happened because we saw you coming back to us. I said, Connor just saw us falling back here, laying back here.
Yeah, I got there and led maybe 3 laps, and they were all over me. I was like, I can't. I'm not fast enough to stay in front of them anyway. So, but I try to keep tabs with them, and I finally flipped over to the relative, and it was like 3 seconds behind me. I was like, uh-oh. So they probably know something I don't, because y'all were all right there in a little pack.
We were.
Yeah.
It was me, Cole, and our buddy Adam Logan. So Cole, what'd you think? We fell back, and I know what me and you talked about, but I mean, what was really your thought process coming from that caution there?
Yeah, it's like you said earlier. I mean, we saw someone without tires fall like a rock, and we knew, you had about 40 to go. If it would go green again, we were out of tires, so we were just kind of married to that strategy. So it was one of them deals where, if you go balls out right now, and the next, and then you fall off, you still got, 20, 30 laps to go. So we just went back there and figured we'd ride till 20 or 15 and start making our way forward, or if the leaders started coming back to us because they were falling off, and they started doing it a little bit, and then it was all right, time to go. I think Logo went first, and we never went. like we said let's go, and it never really closed the gap. It was like there was some fall off, and then there was no fall off. It was odd because me and David, we've played that strategy on a couple of seasons, especially the asphalt side of things, where we've whether it be fuel or tires or whatever, we got no problem hanging back and let someone go out there and burn their stuff off. We'll catch them back, but there was no burning it off, and there was no us catching it back. It was about 15 or 10 to go. I think even David, I think you keyed up and was like, "Cole, I'm sorry. I think this is the wrong strategy." It was like, you had me sold. I was doing it regardless too. So, I mean, I guess it's part of whether it's Cup Car or Kansas or just different factors, but whatever the strategy we played wasn't the right one. We'll put it that way.
No, and dude, when I come in, right after we took the checkered flag, mine told me your right front's wearing out. So I mean, which typically I think it does that around 40-some%. I think it is, or 30-some%.
Wow.
So my right front was shot, and I was not driving the car hard at all.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
I was the same way. Like I went, it was like time to go, and I felt like I was just as bad if I would have went, all out those first 20 laps in that run. It was like we didn't save. All we did was just give them a 5-second lead, and then end up with the same handling issue as everyone else was having.
But we were. And I told Cole anyway, and I was like, we're all screwed, though, if a caution does come out. Jackson is the only one with a set of tires because he stayed out the first yellow flag, like I said. Then he went in the halfway break, so he still had a set of tires. But I don't think it really mattered because he just put it on us anyway.
Somehow, yeah. I kind of did in between of what y'all did. I was trying to be the first one somewhat saving. And those Landon and Jackson drove each other like as hard as they could go for 20 laps. I thought there's no way they don't both fall like a rock. And Landon kind of did. By the end of the race, I could tell Landon was struggling. But
Landon's in our chat right here right now. I'm gonna ask him while we're talking. Landon, do you regret the 2-tire call?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he took 2 tires and then got a black flag on pit road for speeding. So, which, I mean, it didn't matter because it's a small field. He took off to the front anyway. especially with all us just hanging out at the back. I think he probably could have stayed with him a little longer if he maybe had those left sides. Yeah, he just said it definitely killed me. So I thought so. Which, I mean, yeah, hey, strategy, whatever you need to get up front.
I just don't know how Jackson was able to go. That's. I mean, I was about a tenth faster at the end, but he'd already.
Well, I even told Cole this over the on our Discord channel. He when I got out front, the car turned so much better in clean air. So I guess it was just more downforce on the nose, and it must not hurt you as much. But I thought we fell far enough back that, basically it was clean air. And so
let me ask you this. I should have asked this yesterday, but were y'all shifting any?
We started to.
That's what I'm saying. I started shifting, or I was shifting the first part of the race, and then I got away from it in the second half.
We are, for me anyway. First part of the run, I wasn't shifting, and once it started kind of falling off, I would I probably was doing it wrong. I don't know. I was, instead of using brake, hey, kind of ride the brake down into the corner just a little bit. Instead of doing that, I was just bumping it downshift real quick, and it was kind of actually turning me in the corner. What about you, Cole?
I was a little different. I would still kind of ride the brake a little bit on entry, and then about the center part of the corner where you would get back on it, and it's start turning where we wore our stuff out and it wasn't turning, the shift, downshift just kind of pointed the nose where you needed to go, kind of loosened you up a little bit. Whether that made any difference lap time wise, I don't think so, but it allowed me to not hit the wall every lap. I just would hit it every other lap instead.
We were just riding the wall back there for a little while, especially in 3. I don't know what it was about 3, kind of middle 3 and 4.
Yeah. Well, it's like the top had a lot more banking than the bottom.
Well, there is some graduated banking there, so it
had a little bit like a Darlington feel.
Darlington and kind of Homestead a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Nah, it was fun either way. It's, like I said, the dirt stuff, you can kind of, I mean, I can't say you go all out because you're still finessing the throttle, but you kind of know what you got. But that asphalt stuff, especially the longer distance ones, or even whenever we, ran the new late model stocks, them you go 15, 20 laps and then, handling changed dramatically on it. And it's just a different feel, that's for sure.
The F1 late model stocks, as Connor calls them.
That's a good one. They got more, what was it? They got more grip than hospital socks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what somebody said. Oh, that was great. Which I still love running them. I ran a official race with them the other night. I was like, these things are awesome.
Oh, I did, and Landon was in it, and it was top split, and I was about second to last. I don't know how you find speed in them.
Don't let off. Hardly.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't let off. I kind of took I probably took over a little bit of what you said, Connor. So I just threw this suggestion out there. I knew you'd appreciate it. I went on Twitter and I threw out to iRacing and Steve Myers and Dale Jr. I said, hey, let's I said, I think my words were, hear me out. Bring back the old late model as a NASCAR Charger car. Give us 50% random 50% or so used tires on it. Start the race and everything on, and a touch less horsepower.
Yeah, just put it at like 400.
Yeah,
and give us like a couple of tires with 80%. One was 70, one was 60, all different sizes. Let us stagger them up.
That'd be nice.
And then let us run 30 laps.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be, obviously, just like in real life, you might get a bad set, you might get a good set, but I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever get it, though. That's it. I think that's a bit far-fetched.
I don't think
it is, but I don't think.
It don't seem like it'd be that hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, all right, out of, obviously, you won at, what was that, Lernerville in the mods, which was, I'm glad you figured out that track, Cole, because that was probably, I guess, probably next to the super late model, same as super late models. Something about me on dirt with high horsepower. It does not work for me here lately. So what was your favorite out of this year?
Man. Yeah, I mean, the Lernerville mod win was fun, just because winning's always fun, of course.
Right. That's right.
Honestly, probably the new late model stock, just because, I mean, it came out like, Tuesday, and then we ran Sunday or something like, it was pretty quick. And
we set the schedule before we knew that was happening. So.
Yeah. So probably, I mean, I didn't mind the old model, but this one was, 2023, not 2003 type of model. And so I'd probably go with that. There was no midgets or no chili bowl, so I can't choose either one of them. So we'll go with the.
Well, maybe next time.
Yeah, I don't know if we could do it, man. It'd be like Legends at Lanier all over again.
Ooh, that was.
There's a being home flashbacks right there.
Bad. You weren't around for that, Connor. That was Chicken Bone Alley's.
That was the inaugural one, man. The inaugural one.
Yeah, that was Chicken Bone Alley's inaugural race on iRacing. When COVID hit, we went to iRacing.
Yep.
And this was, I think it was 21 though that we finally set up an actual league, and we had a pile of cars in. There was probably 18, 20 cars in it.
No, probably, and then you had, 2 or 3 curse words per person that was said during the night.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what but it was. We ran the first race ever was Lernerville Dirt with the Legend cars.
Lanier.
I mean, that's why I meant Lanier. I'm sorry,
Lanier
Dirt with Legend cars. And it was. I don't think we ran more than 3 laps at a time.
Yeah,
it was bad. I don't know why it was so bad, but it was just bad.
If it was real life, it would have made the Sonoya situation a couple weeks ago look like a child's birthday party.
Yes.
There would have been, they would have called state police in on that one if it was real life.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, they would have. Yeah, I don't know. There was.
It's bad when it was, 3 years ago, and we're still talking about
Everybody still talks about it. I mean, it's not just us either. Like, every time we're in a room, I know you've probably heard it come up this year. I know Zach has mentioned it, talking about Lanier. It was just that bad. I mean, it was, I don't know why it was so bad. Everybody was just driving over everybody.
Full moon.
Yeah.
No one knew a soul either at that point. It wasn't, you think it'd be the other way where you don't know them, so you're a little bit more friendly, more cordial, but nah, it was, I don't know you, but you're every name in the book, and I'm going to tell you you're every name in the book.
And what's really funny is, to this day, even though that has been 2+ years ago, there are some people that are still running in the league every once in a while, at least, that still seem to somewhat hold grudges from it.
There's a few people that have a buddy or two. They'll put it that way. I know what you mean.
Cole has made some friends over the years. We'll say that.
Oh, yeah. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah. It's all fun. Connor's done pretty good this year. He got dumped. He's dumped somebody.
Yeah, that's come around.
And Connor don't. I'm glad Connor drives. I'm glad Connor drives like that on iRacing, because he is the complete opposite person at a real racetrack.
It don't cost me nothing to get wrecked in iRacing.
Exactly.
Get it out of your system when it don't matter.
That's what it is. He don't ever get it out at a real racetrack, so he just goes on iRacing, and once he gets mad, it's just like, wow, take somebody with me.
I try not to.
All right. Well, everybody out there, if you would like to join our iRacing League, just shoot me a message on our Facebook page or whatever. I'll send you an invite there. But the group page is Chicken Bone Alley just iRacing
Look
League.
it up. Yep.
Yeah, look it up on Facebook. Join the Facebook page. What we do, and this is kind of what we do. I think Connor's going to host another one probably coming up over the summer or something like that. But what we do on there, we kind of leave it open. Each week, like we were just talking about, we run a different car. 1 week is asphalt, 1 week is dirt, and we pretty much flip a coin to see which one starts the year. So But it's a different car every week. We don't ever run the same car twice. It's, we might run, like we just said, Legends on Dirt the first week. We might run, who knows, like late model stocks on asphalt the next week, something modifieds on dirt the following week. Who knows? We typically, in the past, we've run in the main league, we've run 8 weeks or 8 races at least. So y'all get on there. We get a big enough field. We'll broadcast it again. We've had it broadcasted in the past. I've broadcasted it, and I've had people in there who were just mods, just to kind of officiate the race. We've been very official. This season wasn't quite as I don't know, quite as it was fun. We still had fun.
Didn't have the allure to it.
Yeah, it was. So we got to we'll go on
revamp it a little bit.
Yeah, I want everybody to get on there, and we'll go on the page, and we put a lot of stuff up for vote. But that's what we do. We put up. I ask everyone out there, give us a car and a track you want to run at, and then we put it up for vote. And the top 4 dirt tracks, top 4 asphalt tracks, top 4 dirt cars, top 4 asphalt cars make it into the league. Typically, this year we didn't. We had a payout. We did pretty much a payback of driver entries. So Cole won the big money.
Oh yeah.
But so y'all get on there with us. We have fun. I don't know what night we'll do it again. I think Connor said something about maybe doing his deal on Wednesday nights or something. Maybe. Yep. Who knows? We'll see. But if that's the night he wants to do, we'll do it then.
Well, I'll have some stuff up soon about it.
Cool.
I try to shoot for sometime in May.
Cool. So everybody jump on there and let's have some fun. We like to have fun with it. We get serious when we need to. There's sometimes it gets real serious, as we just said. But we have fun with it, and it's what better way?
It's some of the most fun I've had on iRacing. Even with the lower car counts this year, we're all the same.
Connor hadn't even been in our Discord though. We gotta get you on our Discord.
I gotta figure that out.
You can run Discord and all this at the same time.
Well, okay. Well, I'll look at it, but yeah,
that's where the fun's at. You'll have tears in your eyes because
you don't hear something
laughing while you're still trying to race.
we are constantly. Well, halftime we're strategizing. The other half we're just talking junk about something else going on.
Yeah.
So we've had fun this year. So please, guys, jump on there with us. It's a lot of fun. And after Connor's league is over there, we may have a fall league. And we might try to do some big sponsors and do it up big like we have in the past on a fall league or something coming up soon. And do it right. So cool.
You need to raise a sponsor so you can get poor Zach his wheel fixed so he don't have to reset it 5 times in a single event.
Zach Stroop, if you're listening, he's calling you out.
I'm not calling. I feel bad for the man. I would say screw it. I wouldn't even bother with it. He's got dedication.
I was fixing to say he is dedicated. He is dedicated. I will give him that because every caution comes, and I don't know how, because I had a wheel do that before.
That's what he's doing?
Yeah, because his wheel, what's happening is in that particular wheel, there's a little gear in it, and it's made of plastic. And I know this because I changed mine. And what happens is what they call an encoder wheel. Basically, when you turn the steering wheel, it turns this little wheel inside of it, and it's got a laser pointing at it. But what happens is when you turn fast, that wheel slips sometimes. And so his wheel, where ours is straight pointing up, his is probably getting, I don't know which way his is turning, but it could be probably 3, 5 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whichever way. And that is where center comes back to. It comes back to center there. So it gets aggravated. So what he's having to drive, compensate for that. So when the caution comes out, he runs up there, unplugs, plugs his wheel back up to reset it.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's dedicated.
Definitely.
Anyway, well, Cole, man, well, I appreciate you jumping on here, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Always enjoy talking and shooting the crap, and we'll we'll get more people next time. We'll get those Blood Eagle guys, get some more of the SRI guys. We'll have a good time either way.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, congratulations on the second championship. It's got a sophomore championship now, I guess. Going for number 3.
That's it, man. That's it.
All right, buddy. I sure appreciate you, and we'll be talking with you soon.
Hey, sounds good, fellas. Appreciate it.
Take it easy. All right, everybody. Mr. Cole DeMint there, champion of the Chicken Bone Alley iRacing League 2023 spring season. We had some fun on there this year.
Absolutely.
Myself, Connor, trying to remember, who was kind of Landon Moody, Cole, obviously.
Zach was up there.
Zach Stroop was up there many weeks. Something happened the last couple weeks, couldn't make it. Our buddy Kale Maben gave him a top 3 even this season. Logo. I think Logo come home in second. Adam Logan come on in second in points. I somehow, and it was only because Connor ended up missing another race.
Yep.
I come home third, actually.
How about that? I wonder how close it would have been.
You would have beat me.
If I wouldn't.
You would have beat me.
Well, if I wouldn't have missed the race in general.
You would have beat me.
Think so?
You would have beat me, I know. You probably... I think you'd have had a good second at least. You've been real close for the win there.
And I was five behind Cole coming into the last week.
I'm gonna tell you,
I made up some in Kansas.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not, because I think you're way better than I am. Don't get me wrong.
I won't say that.
You are. You're way better than I am on iRacing. I don't know. I have fun on there, and I'm decent. I'm nowhere close to good, but I have fun on there. But I'm just telling you, I think the super late model race at Lucas would have been a tough race for you too.
Probably, no doubt. I actually ran some practice laps for once.
Did you?
I was okay, but I mean, I'm sure if I got around other cars and trying to make speed out of it, I'd have probably
track slicked off
over.
And Landon was stupid fast on it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And he was rolling, and but for me, the fastest I could get around there, basically there's like a false ledge up there, and you basically had to hang the right. For me, I had to hang the right rear over it.
Oh.
To get any drive, so it was like a real fine line of
that's very fine.
Of
yeah.
where you had to be at.
Well, y'all get ready for a Wacky Wednesday series coming up. I've personally tested all of these combos. It's still open for more suggestions if you got any, and it's going to be a blast. I promise you. If we can get some cars out there, it will be a blast.
Still like my 4 cylinders at Myrtle Beach.
Oh, that's the first race.
Yes.
Yep. Well, I mean, right now, nothing's set in stone. I'm still open to suggestions, obviously, but I'm hoping just 5 weeks. It'll be completely free. Tell everybody, I will do a points, just for bragging rights, I guess. But it will be a blast, and I have it set up to where I'm just trying to make each race 3 stages and like a kind of a dash to the finish, like a 15-lap dash to the finish.
Nice.
Yep. But enough about that. But just it'll be fun. I promise.
Nice. I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank, as always, we could not do any of this without our fine help there at ProFab Headers and Exhaust, ladies and gentlemen. If you got a race car, especially, guys, you're missing out if you don't have some ProFab headers. Not only, everybody loves the way a good set of headers sound. I mean, that's always good. That's always a plus. It's even better when they look good. But what tops any of that is when you put them on a dyno or put them on the track and they perform exceptionally well.
Whole package.
So head over to ProFab Headers and Exhaust, ladies and gentlemen, and go see our buddy Andy over there. Tell him we sent you over there and get you a set today. I don't care if you're running crate motor, you're running built motor, you're running late model. They even make them for the legend cars. They are the sole supplier for headers for legend cars. So you got a set on your legend car.
Awesome.
But dirt, asphalt, doesn't matter. Head over to ProFab Headers and Exhaust, and they can hook you up for any kind of race car you got. What they work really well on, we have found out. And the reason is because they are tuned completely to them most of the time when that's what they got but they work perfect on an Earl Ramey racing engine. I don't care if it's crate, super, modified, whatever you got, ladies and gentlemen. Head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Get you some horsepower to go under your hood. I actually got a motor up front. Probably going to be going to Earl soon myself. It is, at the moment, it is our spare motor, our backup motor, but once it goes up there, it's probably very well be a primary motor.
Yep.
So head up to Earl Ramey Racing Engines and just get you some power to put under your hood, guys. Can't speak highly enough about them and the customer service you get from Earl Ramey Racing Engines. I've seen this guy. I don't care what day it is. We've hung out with him. Sunday night, people calling, stuff's happened. He's telling them, get it there as early as you can so we can get it back. He is there for all his guys. Any small issue you have, get him on the phone. And I've seen him over there working on motors that wasn't even his, just because he's a people person. Mm-hmm. Earl's a people person. That's for sure. So y'all head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Get yourself hooked up today with some Earl Ramey Racing Engines. All right. Well, I want to go back since you were there. Tell us a little bit about Lakeview over there, man. They had the J.D. Pridgeon Memorial.
Yep,
going on over there.
Opener over there. Awesome crowd. Like I said,
Connor going to a dirt race. How many dirt races you ever been to?
I can count them on one hand. I'll say that. But yeah, it was.
He's got on Chicken Bone Alley, ladies and gentlemen. He's opening his horizon.
But no. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I will not go again without some sort of eye protection. Found that out.
I could have told you that.
Yeah, well,
either that or going to infield.
I knew that, but
infield isn't bad. Or sit down towards turn one.
Yep.
Sit towards turn one up high.
We were up with Landon, maybe a little bit toward coming out of 4.
Yeah,
not coming out of 4, but towards the flag stand, but on that side.
A little more rough.
I was fine until the late model seemed to pick it up bad. But
they do that.
Yeah. Good racing from what we saw. Wish it wouldn't have started so late so we could have stayed to see the whole show. But definitely good. Had a car flip in qualifying. First time I've probably seen that. But that was cool. Good racing. They ran the 602 modifieds. Austin Wayne himself actually won that. And late model race was great. Really enjoyed it. Nice track.
It is a nice track. It's, like I said, they've put in a lot of...
ended up finding pictures of Granddad's old car up on the wall and all, so that was neat.
I was fixing to say, I know his stuff is over there.
Yep.
For sure. With, who was driving the car at the time?
It's got some... When Mutt was driving it.
Yeah.
He's in the Hall of Fame thing they got there. And,
that's right. Yep.
Yeah. Enjoyed it. It was good.
It's a cool track, and they pay homage to a lot of local racers, regardless. So I love going over to Lakeview. I go over there when I get a chance, which here, unfortunately hasn't been as much lately since we started with our own stuff. And so it's good dirt racing local. Maybe me and you, Connor, one day when they have when they had the legend cars back over there, maybe we can go jump in a race over there.
They run legends over there?
Yeah, about once or twice a year they run them.
That's probably crazy. We'll do it.
Oh, it's wild.
Oh, I'm ready.
It's wild.
I bet you fly. Feel like you don't even let out hardly.
Yeah, well, you better.
You end up in that guardrail or over that berm.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, but I'm down. I think it'd be a blast.
I was late model race.
It was really good. Landon, tell me who won again. I've already forgot. But they had a decent field, 16 or 17. The 00, the guy that won it led most of the race, but he had several people challenge him. It was it wasn't boring by any means. They first 5 laps, somebody spun around going into 1 and 2, and you know how that goes. And about 5 others went in there, jumped on the brakes and spun out. So, but a good race, really good race all the way through.
Good deal. Brandon Dockery.
That's right. Good.
So that's cool. That's cool. I like some good old dirt racing over there. I love dirt racing anyway. Everybody knows that. And listens to this. I love some dirt racing. Speaking of dirt racing, real quick, we had the only. Well, this kind of moves into this weekend, I guess we'll say. So we'll kind of tie this in. Go ahead, and put this. Bristol has been kind of quiet about it, which is weird. Now, it was huge. Me and Sterling went there first. Well, I say first year. It wasn't the first year they ever put dirt on Bristol, but first time this go around. Back in, that had to be 2021.
Yep.
Yeah, 21. So me and Sterling went. Great time. Awesome. Watched, XR had the super late models there. Kyle Busch was there running when we were there. Chase Elliott was there. Was Kyle Larson? I can't remember. Yeah, Kyle Larson was there, I want to say. I think. I can't remember. But anyway. But it was just a huge event. And it was huge for supers, crates.
They ran everything.
Street stocks, front wheel drives, everything, modifieds, everything. 2022 came around, kind of the same deal. But I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think it was advertised and talked about near as well in 2022. They did not have the turnout. Now, in saying that, I know the crate guys especially, it was tough on the cars.
I'm sure.
And it wasn't so much, well, I mean, it was one of them things that if you did wreck, it just destroyed your car. I mean, like, just because there was so much speed around there. Yeah. And if you went up banking, you were coming down and everybody was down, you were just going to get hit. So that was one thing. But on top of that, especially the crates, but any of them, really. But I'm just going to say the crates for right now, but I know the four-cylinders even. There was just so much hanging RPM that they were blowing motors left and right.
I bet. How steep that banking is?
Yeah, I mean, they wasn't letting off. I mean, it was just
Daytona
wide open around there. So I think that had something to do with it, but I also think, like I said, XR, in my opinion, last year, it just didn't seem to get the publicity that it had in 2021, we'll say. And maybe the new wore off of it. I don't know. Maybe it's one of them things that needs to be done every 10 years. I don't know. I mean,
you would still think dirt on Bristol would still,
and I still loved
the
it
idea
personally.
Of it. Yeah.
I mean, it was still great. But also on top of that, World of Outlaws held a race there in 2021 and 2022. All right, moving to 2023, nothing.
Are they even doing that? I'm honestly asking you. I haven't heard.
No
dirt nationals.
XR did nothing. No, there's no dirt nationals. This past weekend, the Steel Block Bandits late models, which are Steel Block late models, pretty much limited late model type. They ran there, and the All American Pro Series, which is crate late models. They did run, but they were limited fields. I think there were 30 cars apiece, and that was it. No other classes with them. Nothing else. Which was great. I mean, I love the guys over at Jim Long and all them over there at Steel Block Bandits. They're great people. Put on a great show. They had a great show over there. But I'm just wondering. I don't understand why all of a sudden the fall off.
Yeah, I understand. Reasons why. Maybe as a local team, you make the trip down there one time, say you did it, but for all the top series, I feel like that's kind of a marquee event.
Yeah, I really felt like I didn't understand why World of Outlaws didn't go back, or maybe Lucas Oil come in, or XR for that matter. Well, why not go back? At least for the super late models, because I mean they didn't have the. They tore up some stuff. Most of the stuff that they always tore up was in practice. They didn't tear stuff up in the race. When the track was real tacky is when they tore stuff up. Mm-hmm. They flipped cars in practice. Wow. I mean, it was bad. I mean, the first year we were there, me and Sterling were literally standing out turn 4, I think it was, and I cannot remember who it was, but somebody just come flipping down the front straightaway, flipped about 3 or 4 times, and
Yikes.
yeah, it was rough. But I'm just maybe I'm just out of the loop. Maybe other people know stuff I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know why that wasn't a priority to get super late models back at Bristol this year. Because I enjoyed them there. I've and this is bad to say, being that we're part of the media, I guess we'll say, quote unquote, air quotes there. That needs to watch these races. I typically have not in the past subscribed to XR, but when Bristol came around, I subscribed to XR for that month just to watch Bristol because I was excited about that. I like to see it. I had fun while I was up there. I wanted to go back last year, didn't have a chance to. If it would have been there this year, it would have been on my list of races I wanted to go to, whether I could make it or not. I mean, regardless, it's, So, and I don't know, I think they've had some issues. You see a cup race there at Bristol, and they pack it out for the most part. It's not as much as it has been, but there's a lot of people there. And I think they thought they were going to go in there and sell the seats because people were so excited about it. And there be that many people in the stands. And they didn't get that. Now, in saying that, a dirt race crowd, a lot of times when you go to events like that, to me, is different than a asphalt race crowd. When you look at and I can even say this honestly, probably kind of about Florence Motor Speedway per se. When we go to a race, a lot of times, especially a dirt race, there's just as many, if not more, people in the pits. As there are in the stands, and not only just people that's working with them, but they're, you are bringing families and friends and stuff down in the pits that want to come hang out, all that good stuff. But I don't know. I mean, so I think that's a little different. I think they were, I guess they wanted to sell more seats.
But I don't think that should be a deal breaker.
I wouldn't think.
I mean, racing. Most of it racing weeknights, right?
Yeah, I think that was tough too.
But I assume they had a decent crowd, right?
They had a good crowd.
I would assume that
it was cold. I don't know how it was this year up there, but when we were up there, it was quite chilly, just because it's early in the year in Tennessee. I mean,
but I would assume if you get a good car count and all, and
car count, great.
Yeah, I figure that's where you gonna make your money. If anything, is
that's the way
I see it.
That's the way I see it too. But so something changed.
Maybe they figured it wasn't worth the cost of working the track, or I don't know.
Something changed. But I'm gonna tell you who was always a supporter of it, and that's our good friends over at SRI Performance. Always big supporters of anything going on, any dirt track, any asphalt track, for that matter. So, guys, head over to sriperformance.com. Get your cart all filled up and get everything you want in there. I was looking at some stuff I needed today, so who knows? I need to quit buying stuff. But
they make it so easy.
They make it so easy. But go over there, fill up your cart, put in that promo code on their new website, www.sriperformance.com. It is a lot more. It was great before. It's even more user-friendly now and great looking. I mean, it's awesome. So head over there, fill up that cart, put in promo code CBONE10. That's C as in
chicken.
BONE 10. Get yourself 10% off there at time of checkout. Well, I always use 10% off. I mean, you think about that. There's a lot of race car parts, and we all know this. With us in the industry, we all know this. You spend good money on race car parts. So you think about that. 10%. All right, you spend $1,000, which is easy to do.
Yeah.
You get 10% off that. That's $100 off right there.
Oh yeah. If you had 10% of everything you bought in a year, it surprises you how much. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So y'all use that promo code CBONE10. Get yourself 10% off at time of checkout, like I just said. Same deal, guys. Over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, they are They're your source for any kind of materials you need in the fab side on them race cars, guys. Whether you're building roll cages, whether you're putting hanging bodies on there, need it to look good, look sharp, ready to go. Best of the best quality. So head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and they'll hook you up. All right, so that kind of moves us into the NASCAR side, I guess. So we'll run through a little bit going on this past week. Richmond, I was actually pretty busy, and I didn't get to watch near as much as I wanted to. What did you think about the weekend overall?
I don't know. Mixed feelings from what I saw. I watched probably the first 250 laps of the race before I had to go to church, and came back and watched the end of it. I don't know. Richmond don't race like it used to.
Not at all.
They're all up in the high side. What you mean? Multi-groove, whatever, but I don't know. It don't race like it used to. It's a tire saving the whole time.
It wore some tires.
Oh, yeah.
That. Good Lord.
It wore tires out. I mean, green flag racing is not bad, but there pretty much wasn't going to be a caution except for stages.
Right.
So, I don't know. I thought I don't have any complaints other than it just wasn't much excitement, you know?
And it's really weird because, especially on that Cup side, like we were just talking, tire wear was that crazy. Every team out there, I think, maybe not some of the lower teams, but pretty much every team that was running up front, they used every set of tires allotted to them. We haven't seen that in a while.
No.
I haven't seen that. I think about Darlington was one of the last times I've seen that, and that's been years ago.
Yeah. But yeah, it was.
But even though they were changing tires, it was like there wouldn't. It kind of the same thing as what happened with us on the iRacing side. So I guess that's pretty realistic. The fall off wasn't just horrible.
It was there, but it was so hard to pass.
Yeah.
That, you know, I guess track position was still key.
Yeah, it was. I will say and this dude impresses me all the time, and I've told him that. I've seen him run at Florence Motor Speedway, for instance. He's just stupid fast when he comes there. But Josh Berry brought home a second place, even after a spin earlier in the day. That was a pretty impressive.
Definitely a bright side to it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Think about where he came from, you know. I mean, he was awesome in late models, but just to see him up there in the Cup now competing, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. So I'm impressed with Josh, and I think he's going to make a. I know Junior said something about it because they asked him because Junior's looking hard at starting a Cup team, which is I figured he would do, but he says he does not want Josh to drive for him. And I heard that originally, and I was like, why? Why wouldn't he want Josh to drive for him? But I kind of understand his reasoning now is because he's like, I don't want to handicap him that much with a startup team. he needs to be at a better team than what. So I can't disagree with that. Which I don't think Junior Motorsports will ever be that far behind.
I'm sure, yeah, but I'm sure he wouldn't turn it down either. But
no, not at all.
But that was definitely cool to see.
So yeah. But
the truck race was actually exciting, dangerous.
yeah. It was something.
They tore some stuff.
They like doing that in truck races here lately.
It's crazy.
They've been talking about since I guess kind of over all series, the lack of respect between drivers now. And in the Cup series, not Cup series, in the Truck series, man, that really shines through, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't get to watch much of the truck race.
I ain't either, but I saw some highlights.
Yeah, saw a lot of cars heading to the wall in the front straightaway.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That had to come off somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, they just don't care or just feel like
truck race was at Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carson Hocevar picked up his first win at Texas there. So I don't know. It's just,
I don't know if they feel like that's the way they have to drive because everybody else around them's doing that, or
well, I think it's just the way they're taught now. I mean, I hate to say that, but
I agree.
But I mean, me and you can look at even our local level, and used to, some of these boys drive like this, and they liable to be, walking home with their teeth in a bag. I mean, and, something like that. I mean, I ain't trying to, but I mean, that's how it was. We see it every now and then, especially, and even I will say this: Kevin Harvick himself was talking about it a few weeks ago back at Florence Motor Speedway. Keelan was driving a legend car over there for Joe Ryan, and we were talking with Kevin over there. And Kevin said, "I much rather Keelan run out here, than running the iNext Nationals," which I know iNext probably hates to hear that. But he said because when you put him in classes with younger kids, Keelan's 10 years old, you put him in classes with kids his age, he said they just run over each other.
I've seen it, Charlotte. Yeah, everywhere. Golly.
He said they don't try to pass; they just literally run into each other. And I'm gonna give Keelan credit because Keelan, first couple races out there, he was learning. I mean, we all go through that, but he was a little rough out there. But he has gotten exceptionally better. Watched him out there a few times, and he's gotten better as far as car control. He don't just drive over everybody. But that is why Kevin said he liked for Keelan to come to Florence and run, was because he got to run with the older guys who showed a little more respect out there. But we deal with it with some of the younger ones still out there that would just rather drive through you than try to pass you.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the way. I'm not necessarily going to say anybody's teaching them to do that, but nobody's teaching them not to do that.
Exactly. Yeah, can't agree more.
So, I don't know. And I think it never changes. So it comes from there.
If it starts there,
nobody ever tells them it's wrong. And so they just keep on heading on up to Truck Series, Cup Series, whatever. And I don't know.
That's what you get today in the Truck Series.
Yeah. So, anyway, good race there. Let's see, far as our stuff here, our picks from last week there at Richmond. Sterling took home win number 2. You got 2 in a row there with Christopher Bale. Christopher Bale brought home a win for him.
I don't think any of us did too great, did we?
Bale, I think, finished, 5th-ish?
Yeah, he did. He was up there.
I had Martin Truex, and I can't remember where he was. He was running great till that last caution come out. And you had Denny Hamlin.
Yep.
And I think he finished like 2 spots behind Martin. So we went Toyotas, but the Toyotas didn't pull it out. And I want to congratulate our buddy Tyler Mon, spotter for that number 5 of Kyle Larson, taking home the win. And yesterday was his 30th birthday, so happy birthday, Tyler. I texted him last night. I thought about getting him on here, but I was like, they probably going to be wide open. Since he wasn't home for his birthday, he'd do something for his birthday now. So, but anyway, congratulations to our buddy Tyler Mon, taking home the win there with driver Kyle Larson. Young Money back at it. Yeah, he has had what I look at as just, I don't really a whole lot believe in luck, but if anybody had bad luck, it was him this year.
Yeah, definitely. Especially all those late cautions always seem to not fall his way.
Not fall his way. He get took out by somebody else. I mean, just like at Coda the other week, Bubba come in and just cleaned him out.
Yep.
Just stuff that just none of his making has just happened to him. So it was nice to see him get the monkey off his back and bring home a win. So moving in to Bristol dirt this week with the trucks and the cup cars. Man, I think it's a make or break.
Yeah,
for Bristol.
I think so.
I hate to say that, but just like we were just talking about with the supers and everything else kind of falling off of there, I don't think everybody is overly pleased with cup cars at Bristol.
I'm certainly not against, dirt Bristol and all. It's just they're NASCAR cup cars made for asphalt. They're not going to race that good on dirt. I like dirt, no doubt about it, but I don't think it's going to be very, very hard to make a big, heavy stock car run good on dirt.
See, I am one, and I don't disagree with you at all. But I am one that is like, okay, if you say these guys are the best racers out there, they're not saying they're the best in this car. That's not what they're saying. They they put out that these are the best racers in America, in the world, and whatever they want to say. I'm one that I'm like, okay, if that's the case, let's have a series of, say, 5 dirt races, but put them in a super late model.
That's what I'm saying. I'd love to see them in cars made for dirt.
Right.
I think it'd be cool.
Right. So,
but it's just,
I don't have a problem with if you want to run this discipline, let's run the cars built for this discipline.
Yeah, I mean, dirt Bristol and cup cars could be a great race, but there's also a very real possibility that it's just not. It's just so dependent on the track.
It is. It's they don't want to wet the track or hardly at all. Because they can't deal with mud on the windshields and stuff like that. So we went to me and Sterling and the boys went to the first one. It was fortunately we sat up a really pretty much as high as you could go at Bristol. We sat up there. We couldn't hardly see the track.
Wow.
Because it was so dusty.
Yeah.
We could not see the track.
It's just
they did better last year having it at night. They're doing better this year having it at night. I'm going to go ahead and put this back out there. I put it out there last year. I'm going to put it out there again. I absolutely 100% hate the fact that it is on Easter Sunday.
Yeah. I don't get it either.
I will never like that. And there's plenty of my faith reasons that I could put out there too. But even on top of that,
give the drivers a week off.
Do what?
Give the teams a week off.
Teams will need a week off. That's another thing. But beyond that is, yes, I know NASCAR tries to get away from this being a southern-based sport and everything, but I hate to tell you, Bristol is in Tennessee. Yep. Bristol's right there in Tennessee. I would love to go to this race, personally. Regardless, I'd love to go to this race. I'm never going to be able to make it on Easter Sunday.
No.
Never going to be able because I have obligations at church. I'm going to be at church on Easter Sunday. Most of the time, I'm going to try to be at church every Sunday, but, every once in a while, I might get away to a race, but it's definitely not going to be on Easter Sunday. No. And
even for those who don't go to church, I mean, I'm going to be going to church, and then I'm going to 2 parties after that, with the family.
Exactly. So it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing because I'd love to travel to go to it, but I'm not going to do it on Easter Sunday.
Why not make it on a Friday night or something?
That's my thing. You could do it on Easter weekend. Do it on Friday night. Do it on. I wouldn't even really say Saturday night, but I'm one. I'm like, hey, let's take that weekend off.
Yeah,
just take it off.
Don't be on Easter. And that's what they used to do.
Yeah, I know. Took the whole weekend off. And then
I think they're trying to.
I'm never gonna like this race being on Easter. I'm never gonna like any race being on Easter. There was always 2 Sundays used to a while back that you knew you were going to be off. One was Easter Sunday, the other was Mother's Day. Well, then they decided to put Darlington on Mother's Day. And I was like, ooh, all right, well, that did all right. I mean, whatever. Father's Day we didn't care about. Father's Day, us as fathers and guys in general, we wanted to be at the racetrack regardless. Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, I'm not going to be there Mother's Day, and I'm not going to be there on Easter. And if you raced on Christmas, I wouldn't be there either. Sorry, but they don't. So, but anyway, beyond all that, like we just said, I think it has potential to be a good race. It was a good race last year.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. You still have
it wasn't fantastic. Had a good finish.
It does. It ends up not being the stereotypical dirt race. I mean, if people are watching NASCAR and they think this is what dirt racing is, they are way wrong. Way wrong. Because you can't go in there. Some guys we've seen guys in the past that should be fast on dirt, go in there, hang a car out, and it's slow.
Oh, yeah.
It's slow.
How are you going to do a slide job in a NASCAR?
You can't. You can't do it. It doesn't work. There's not enough, as Cup would call it, rollover in the cars to plant the right rear enough, and
it just all boils down to that's not what they're built for. It's not what they're designed to do.
It's not built for it. Now, I like the fact that it is a challenge.
Yeah.
I do like that fact.
Wow.
So, but anyway, I reckon we need to make some picks for this week. And Connor, since you got third last week, you get to go first.
Yep, I got to pick it up here. I'm falling behind.
We still all close. I will say this real quick. With Sterling's win last week, me finished second, you finishing third. At this point, you are in third in points with 13 points. Sterling is in second with 14 points. I'm in the lead with 15 points. So we're still...
just one win away.
Yeah, one win changes everything for everybody.
Well, Sterling picked up... Who'd he pick?
Well, you get to go first.
I get to go first?
Yeah, because you finished third this week. You get to go first. Take your pick.
I'm going to take Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe.
He's a dirt guy.
He is a dirt guy. He was running up front last year and
lost
it right at the end. I thought he had it. I thought he was going to be one of them that could have it anyway. Between him and who was that?
Reddick. Yep. Chase Briscoe.
All right. I'm gonna have to do something. You know, kind of how we have votes, and you can write in on the ballot.
Yep. You know something that you pulling a trick out your hat?
It's not really a trick. It's not a trick. It's somebody racing, so they're available. Yeah. I'm going to have to go, and this is going out there. It's probably not going to work because, like I just said, people who have a dirt racing background don't end up ever doing good at this track because of, I don't know, just the way it ends up racing. So I'm going to go with the number 13 of Superman, Jonathan Davenport.
Oh, man. Bold.
And the reason I'm taking him is because it's not necessarily because he's a dirt guy. He is a dirt guy, and I think that's going to be good, and I think that's going to be to his advantage there. But he is also running the truck race.
Yep.
So I think he's going to learn a lot in the truck race.
So who's that for? Colleague he's running?
He's running for Colleague. Running for Spire in trucks.
I got you.
Sterling is taking the 22 of Joey Logano.
How about that? He won it the first year.
And he made them all a little bad. So
yeah, it was crazy. A dirt guy hadn't won it yet.
No, dirt guy has not won it.
It's different.
All right, so to recap real quick, there, Connor is taking Chase Briscoe. I am taking... Plus, another reason I had to take him, because he's driving number 13 car this week. I mean, I couldn't pass up a number 13 car being on track.
Always. Lucky 13.
You know me. Lucky 13. So, and Sterling is taking Joey Logano. So, cool.
Yep.
I think,
see?
I think that's three.
Anything can happen in this race.
I think, exactly. Now, in saying that, I do still think one that we all still have on our sheets looking here could probably do good. Just coming off a win, Kyle Larson.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that because he knows the differences in a cup car, and he just, that's a track for whatever, that's a race for whatever reason. He's had terrible look in again. Not all of his making. But I think he could, because he knows the differences between a cup car and a dirt car, and he adapts so quick.
Oh, yeah. He can make some noise.
I think he could, Yeah, for sure. So in saying that, what you think about the race coming up? Well, I mean, what you feel like is going to happen? What's going to be the story of the race there coming?
Yeah, this might be the hardest one to predict that, but I don't know. I mean, it's. I think it's all how the drivers want to feel like that day they're racing. If I think if they come out there, aggressive, leaning on each other, I think it could be some tippers flare. I think it could go down as one of the better races of the year. But if they all come out there with the idea of caution and uncertainty, I don't know.
I actually feel like going off of that, I actually feel like that this car, even though yes, toe links get bent really quick, really easy. Typically, just leaning on somebody doesn't do that. You got to hit something pretty stout to bend the toe link or break a toe link, whatever. I feel like they've got enough experience under them now in this car, and they're not as scared to go in there and put fenders to somebody. It seems like the body holds up well. I will say that the body holds up amazingly. So it has potential. But I think it's going to be a second half of the race. I think the first half of the race is going to ride.
Yeah. I like it. Like you say, I think it is make or break for Dirt Bristol.
Yeah.
But I think all the factors, everything that needs to be, the driver's more comfortable with the car is sturdier. It's a 30 year. It's got everything it needs to be a really good race. But if it's not, it's got it's got the potential not to be as well.
So in saying that, I'm going to throw this out there, and I have no knowledge of any of this. I'm just basically throwing this off the top of my head. I think it will be the last dirt race at Bristol for a while.
I mean,
all the signs to me.
I think it depends on the attendance in the stands and viewership.
Yeah,
if that's not good, and the racing is so, I think there's got to be a lot of money to get all that dirt in and out of Bristol.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't say I agree. I say very, very possibly if the numbers aren't where they want them, it could get scratched.
Well, I know last year because a lot of people complained, just like me, about being on Easter. But they were showing numbers, and when numbers were up, well, I got a feeling I know why numbers are up, because just people just like me, regardless. I know this sounds bad, and it probably sounds somewhat hypocritical of me. And I know you're probably going to do the same thing. Once you get home, I'm going to turn the race on.
Well, yeah, I'm going to watch it, probably.
That's what I'm saying.
But,
so, I mean, even though I don't like it being on Easter, I'm going to turn it on once I'm done with everything else. And I think that's what's happened with a lot of people, because Easter evening typically ends up being a calm evening for everybody. They've been going all morning, and they sit back at the house, and it's like, oh, we'll turn the race on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you go and play the devil's advocate for them, at least the one thing, what other major sporting event is on Easter, really?
Well, they ain't competing against.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe that's their.
Does baseball do anything on Easter?
They might just be normal games, but I don't even know if they do anything on Easter.
I don't know either.
But if it is, it's not like they don't have the Yankees Astros playing, or the Yankees Red Sox, or playing or anything. It's just normal business as usual. So,
well, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Going to be a fun race. It'll be a fun race to watch. I mean, it's at least second half always ends up being a fun race to watch.
I'm sure they'll find a way. They'll be looking to throw a caution in the last 25 laps anywhere they can find one. So, we'll see.
It'll be good. Well, cool. All right. Well, what else we got?
Not much.
I don't think we got much else. We ain't got nothing going on right now.
Trying to get this new setup in for us.
Yeah.
New computer.
Yeah, we got a Sterling's computer over here. We're actually going to we're upgrading a little bit here. I'm about to try to stick it all in. I didn't have enough time before the show today, so I guess a little bit of an upgrade. Get off the laptop and move to something bigger. I stuck the laptop in there to see if this was going to stick, and I guess we've stuck.
It's stuck.
Even though the shop's a mess, I keep having to tear race cars apart and work on them. One day it'll get get right. But I guess when you filming in a race shop, that's what it's supposed to look like. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, okay, wait, this ain't a cup shop for sure.
Nah, it definitely ain't no cup shop.
Yep. You can't just take it off to the fabricator real quick.
I'd be fired from the cup shop at this point. Oh, cool deal. All right, guys. I also want to thank, as always, our good friends at RevMax Racing. Guys, if you are in the market for suit, gloves, all that good stuff, show them again here. Here's my RevMax Racing gloves that I haven't even worn yet. I put them on, but I haven't even raced with them yet. I mean, look at that grip on the inside.
Gonna be wheeling it now. That's 210s right there.
That's 210s. Gotta be. But guys, go check them out if you are in the market for for gloves, custom suits, some of the best, absolute best looking stuff on the market. Head over to RevMax Racing. Also, Dixie Made. You see it on the back of the car there. Guys, cool stuff. You're over in this area, in the Florence area, over by the flea market. Go check out Dixie Made. Some of the coolest Southern apparel that you ever see. Southern Fried Cotton, Axis Waterfowl, just to name a few. There's so many brands there, guys. Simply Southern for the ladies. So much stuff in Dixie Made. It's so hard to name it all. So head over to their Facebook page or Instagram page. They always posting up pictures of new products in hats, t-shirts, sunglasses, anything, stickers, just cool stuff, coolers, bags. Head over to Dixie Made, guys, and you will find something there. You're not going to leave empty-handed, I promise you, because you're going to find plenty of things there that you want to have. So head over to Dixie Made right here in Florence. Tell them we sent you over there. But anyway, well, cool. Well, I reckon that's going to about wrap us up for this week.
Good week.
Oh yeah, got a lot to talk about. We'll have a lot to talk about next week. We're not racing again until the 22nd, I think it is.
I believe so.
Hopefully we'll have everything ready and roaring and ready to ride.
Yep.
We'll be a little faster than I was last time.
Yeah. Hopefully I will too.
You wasn't far off.
Yeah.
I mean, you still had a good top 10 out of it.
Yeah, but we'll see.
I ended up pretty bad. Pretty bad. Which, I mean, I'm glad there was a reason. I mean,
it wasn't representative of speed.
I was like, this thing got loose all of a sudden because I was moving up. I mean, you know, it was one of them things where you start feeling a little better about yourself. It's like I'm passing cars, and all of a sudden, stuff happens, and but as you see, it's all back together pretty much over there. We got to put a door on it, paint a door, put it on it, hang that on there. Rocker panel got to get stuck back up there. Other than that, rear end's back together. Shock. I got lucky, I guess we'll say. The lower heim joint on the shock, I saw it probably bent the shock shaft. Looking at it, it did not. All it did was bend the heim joint itself and pulled the threads out of it actually on an aluminum piece, which is, I guess, why it's aluminum, kind of made to do that to some extent. So got lucky, even though it broke the shock mount.
Hey.
But that was a simple fix.
Saved the shock.
Yes. Whew, I was glad. Because I don't know if y'all know or not, them things ain't cheap.
No doubt.
All right, guys. Also want to thank our friends over at MPM, McAllister Precision Marketing. Y'all head over to MPM Marketing, marketwithmpm.com. Can't talk now all of a sudden. So y'all head over there. MPM is a proud sponsor of the Rookie of the Year Award for the Cars Racing Tour this year. So y'all head over to Market with MPM if you are in the market yourself to advance in this thing we call a racing career. You need to get with a good marketing partner, and there's no better partner than MPM Marketing. So y'all head over to marketwithmpm.com and go talk with Tanya. And but anyway, all right, well, I'd like to thank all our friends, sponsors, and affiliates.
Yep.
As always,
all the viewers.
Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab headers and exhaust, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Dixie Made, Rev Max Racing. Guys, y'all head over to any of those. Help us out. Let them know we sent you over there. So, all right, Connor. Well, I guess it's time to go. You gotta go do some homework.
Unfortunately.
You got a short week?
Trigonometry. Yep.
You got a short week this week?
Yep. Get out Friday.
You out Friday?
Yep.
And next week?
Yep. But I will be in Panama next week.
Panama. Not that kind of trip. But
No, not exactly.
What you going to Panama for?
Mission trip with the church. They're going to help one of the missionaries down there and just various things.
You know what y'all are kind of doing?
I know a lot of I know we're going to be like, we have some stick routines and some skits we've been working on for a while. We're going to do some of that stuff. They're supposed to have kids activities, teen activities. You know, we're going to be helping out the services, going around, inviting people, you know, the best we can to come in the city there, I guess. So, all kinds of things. It'll be packed.
All right. What's your job in the services and stuff? What do you do? We got a moth in here.
Yeah, that's it. I'm part of the stick routine. I'm part of the skits.
The what team?
The stick routine, you know.
Oh, stick routine.
Yeah, you know, you got the we're doing one of those. I'm in that. I'm in the little skit we're doing. Most, you know, it's gonna be tough not knowing the language, but we'll see. I think we'll just, we got some all kinds of kind of like a youth camp stuff we'll be doing.
I got you.
So yeah, we'll have a good time. Try to help them out.
When you leaving on that?
We are leaving, I guess, very early Tuesday morning. We got to be at the church at 2:30.
Gotcha.
And we go down to the beach, and from there we fly out of there to Atlanta, from Atlanta to Panama, and then from somewhere in Panama to somewhere else in Panama. So it'll be three connecting flights. But
we might have an early show so you can get on out of here.
Sounds good. yeah, it's gonna be exhausting the first day, but it'll be fun.
Good deal. All right, well, I guess you'll maybe be back next week.
Yeah, I plan on
before you go.
Yep.
But if not, it's all good.
I plan on coming back. So.
All right. Well, cool. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for everybody checking us out today. Thanks for everybody listening, coming on here, commenting, and let us know what you think about it. Leave us some likes and reviews. 5 stars on Apple, please. That helps us out a ton. But appreciate Cole DeMint coming on here. Congratulations to him one more time for winning our Chicken Bone Alley iRacing League championship for the spring season there. Y'all come join our Chicken Bone Alley iRacing page, and Connor will be putting up some stuff here soon on our next shindig.
Yep.
All right, guys. We appreciate it, and I reckon we will talk with y'all next time.
Have a good one.